You cannot separate Hull from its maritime heritage. It's why Hull is here.
It created the city that we all live in today, and I think that's worth celebrating, and actually it's worth remembering as well.
The Spurn Lightship itself, I felt a lot of personal responsibility to make sure that we took care of her. She is loved by the residents of Hull, without a doubt. She's iconic to the city.
We're very proud of what we've actually achieved at the end of it, and the final product is a really good showpiece for the city.
The Maritime project started life as an idea, and it was an idea about making a nice new museum to make Hull proud of its maritime past. But it's grown into so much more than that. It's now all about people, and it's about pulling out those really well-hidden stories in Hull to help people get a better understanding of why this place is like it is. Spurn Lightship's an important part of that offer, but it's got a special role because it was that thing that was there that said to all those voyagers, oh, there's the Spurn, you're almost home. Well, she's an old lady, built in 1927. Interestingly, built really solidly, but getting old. And she's sat in the marina for 30-some years, lots and lots of visitors, with limited maintenance.
The Spurn Lightship is part of what's called the National Historic Fleet, which is a group of ships across the country which are recognised as being of significant national importance. The thing with historic ships is, and any ships or vessels, is continuous maintenance is necessary. You can't just sort of do it and then it's done. It was always a really robust vessel, but it really needed significant investment, and now we've sort of brought it back into the condition that something of this importance should be kept in.
We were delighted that Dunstan's put in such a quality bid. It meant that the ship could be restored locally, and it worked really well, not just for the public, but also for us as a project team, being able to really regularly visit the ship, take our curator along to make sure that all of the work's been done sensitively, was a really fantastic part of the project, and we're so glad we've been able to keep such a close eye on the work and be so positively engaged throughout the process.
I think because we're a local company and the ship's obviously been local all the time, and winning the contract, there's a lot of pride within our workforce.
They were painting the hull of the Spurn Lightship today, so in total there'll be 7 coats of paint applied. The top coat's now going on, so they've had most of the underlayers have been delivered already, and now you can see the sort of red protective coating, which is the area of the ship that's under the waterline, and then finally she'll be repainted black, and her distinctive Spurn lettering will be painted on by hand down the side.
We're about a year into the project so far. The top of the lantern's come off. That's been the last couple of weeks or so. That's all been taken off to be repaired. The glass has all been restored. The lamp is a very key feature of the lightship. It's arguably its most important feature. But the port side was quite corroded. We think that's the side that probably had the worst weather. And so to repair that corrosion, the easiest way to do that was then to lift the whole top off.
The actual metal structure itself will have metalwork repairs, and the glazing will be cleaned and checked for any damage.
We've took more apprentices on, and we have a really good skill level within the company, and these skills have been passed on. The skills that probably the one that learn now, the new processes and the way that things are manufactured is not the same as it was years and years ago.
Restoration skills, such as the unique skills that the apprentices have learned on the Spurn Lightship, are a dying set of skills and something that we need to make sure has been sustained for the future. So training young people up to learn these skills is absolutely vital.
Working on these ships, when I'm learning how to do it, I'm with the lads and they're just carrying on with their jobs, and I'm picking up what they're doing. They're telling me, this is how you do this, then they give me a go. Every day is a learning day, even third years still learning how to put things together, how they do it.
What was important for us that we didn't strip back all that wear, all those years, but that we had a ship that was fit for purpose. So what people will see when they finally come back to see a finished Spurn is something that looks pristine, that's been spruced up. We haven't stripped away any of that kind of patina of age, because that's really important. But what we'll do is give people a real feel for how she worked and how she lived and how people lived on board.
Well, these ships, they're about Hull's maritime history, maritime heritage, and it's something that we want to show off to not just Hull itself, but the rest of the world, and encourage people to come here and learn more about that past. Few and far between have these skills now, but it's really important that actually it has been able to be done locally, and again, using that local knowledge. This is a ship that means so much to the local community, so it's only right that the local community is part of that project to bring it back to its former glory.
We are specialist maritime engineers, and we have a bit of a focus on historic ship restorations. It really is a team effort between the shipyard, the council and ourselves to try and keep that authenticity. It's really important because that's the history of the ship. We could build a new ship, but the new ship wouldn't have that history and wouldn't show that in the same way that an old ship, showing the wear and tear of how life used to be, it just wouldn't tell the same story.
And the other important thing was Dunstans, with that local knowledge, understand how important it is to the community that this gets done properly.
Some of the lads, they've had relations that have actually worked on the lightship, so it means a lot to them. And it means a lot to the grandchildren, the children, how they've restored it, and hopefully it'll still be around in the next 100 years.
I'm actually the third generation to work at Dunstan's. Yeah, I feel like it's like a little bit of a family tradition. Quite proud actually. I've been seeing both of the boats when we used to go on marina, and I used to have a play about on marina as a young child, and eventually working on them. It's just enjoyed it really. Like it's a bit of history.
It was 1967. There was advertising for seamen for the Spurn Lightship, or then it was the Hull Lightship, and so I got a job. There was 5 of us on the ship. We did 3 weeks on and 3 weeks off. We used to do all the bright work, there's a lot of brass work on the ship, and good weather, summertime, was obviously chipping and painting, cleaning, and then when we took a watch, we had to give the weather reporting to Hull Radio, give the wind speed and all that type of thing, keep a lookout. When it got dark, you would put your beam on, your light. That was your job, And then in our spare time, we used to do a bit of fishing. The captain had a cabin aft, and we had in our accommodation, there was 2 cabins, one on the port side, one starboard side. You had a big bath, what you sat in, to get a bath. The crew what we had, one of the guys used to do a dinner and then you did your own, whatever you wanted, you to take a lot of tint, sausage and beans and stuff like that. There was a large table then, what you ate on and what you played cards on and everything like that. We all got on great, you know what I mean? And yeah, it was a good crowd.
We had a really early start at sort of 5 o'clock in the morning, waiting for the Spurn Lightship to be towed out of William Wright Dock, round into the Humber, and then entering into the marina. And it was so fantastic to see so many of the public turn out, even in such an early hour of the morning. And it was absolutely bitterly cold, and we had such a fantastic turnout to welcome her home.
And she looked amazing with all the pennants and the bunting on her. Beautiful black paintwork gleaming, once the sun came up. Yeah, I felt incredibly proud, and I just thought, she's going to sit in the marina, with the light on, with the access that we've created, and she's going to be there for another 40 or 50 or 100 years doing that job of kind of selling Hull and telling the story.
We want to try and make all our sites as accessible as possible, so everybody can at least get on board the deck of the Spurn Lightship. People in a wheelchair or with pushchairs or any mobility issues can watch a film which will show people what it's like below deck if they're not able to manage to go down there. And we're trying to sort of create a little bit of magic, so we don't want it to be too much like a museum as such. It's more like the crew have just left and you're coming on board, and there'll be a sort of really interesting soundscape and other elements.
The work that's been delivered has been by experts in their fields, from people that are really passionate and also really care about the history of the ship. And I'm really, really excited about welcoming the public on board again and celebrating really what is a unique aspect of Hull's maritime past.
I'm just delighted that we can offer something to the people of this city that says Hull is a really important place. It's got a fantastically interesting history, and intertwined with all that history of every type is this really important maritime story. So yeah, if I can finish my work by doing that and delivering that for local people and to attract tourists to the city, I'll be very happy.